I finally moved into my apartment, trying to settle down, get stuff, fix up my apartment, but I still had more official related things to do in the Netherlands. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, my name is Dillion, and on my space here I share my career and life experiences. If you've been following along, I created a relocation playlist where I share the process of how I relocated from Nigeria to the Netherlands. And this is the last video in the series. In this video, I'll be sharing the required registrations and applications and appointments that I had to make after getting my apartment in the Netherlands. The first thing I had to do was to get my BSN and residence permit. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I had to use my MVV visa to come to the Netherlands. And the MVV visa is a temporary visa, so I need my residence permit for me to stay longer than the MVV validity period. As I also mentioned in my previous videos, my company already booked an appointment for me. It was booked at the City Hall in Amsterdam for my BSN and residence permit appointment. The BSN is a security number it's unique for every individual or for every resident in the Netherlands, and it's similar to BVN like we have in Nigeria. And you can use the BSN for many government-related operations or for online verification, all those kind of things. You also need the BSN for the residence permit. For the appointment, I went with the following. Number one, I went with face mask. Number two, I went with my legalized birth certificate. You can check out this video here for more information about that. Thirdly, I went with my international passport, which had the MVV sticker on it. I was also supposed to go with a copy of my rental agreement, but I couldn't print that out, so I just had it on a flash and I took it for my appointment. On getting there, I was told to send my rental agreement via email to their account, and after sending it, I was told that once it's my turn, they'll call me in. They eventually did. I submitted my documents, and few minutes later I had my BSN ready, and afterwards I had my residence permit ready. So now I am a legal resident of the Netherlands. I'll add a video link to the description of this video which shows what you can expect at such appointments. The second thing I had to do was to get my Dutch bank account. Before getting my Dutch account here in the Netherlands, I've been using Wise, formerly known as TransferWise. On Wise, I created a Euros account and I was able to use this account to receive my December and January payslip. I also ordered for the Wise Visa card, and I could use this card to withdraw money from some ATM machines. I could also use the card in some shops and restaurants that accepted Visa card. But for some other shops, I had to use cash because they only accepted Maestro cards and I didn't have any of that. So if you come here and you haven't gotten your Dutch account yet, I recommend Wise. I had a great experience with them and hopefully you do too. Even though I already had a Wise account, the reason why I wanted to also get a Dutch account was so that I could get Dutch bank related benefits such as insurance and of course security, and also I could get the Maestro card, which is very popular here. The Visa and the MasterCard are not as popular as the Maestro. The Maestro is used almost everywhere, if not everywhere. So that's why I still had to get a Dutch account despite having a Wise one. There are many banks in the Netherlands, but my company as well as a friend of mine recommended ABN AMRO. It's a nice bank and you can check out their website for more information. On the day of my bank appointment, I went with my passport. I also went with a PDF on my phone of my employment contract. And then I went with my BSN. After the appointment, I was told that the account number would be ready for use in the next 24 hours. And the next 5 to 7 days, I'll receive my debit card and also the instructions for how to activate it. And days later, I had my account ready and I also had the card ready for use. The third thing I have to do is a tuberculosis test, and I'm using have because I haven't done it yet but already have my appointment for later this month. A tuberculosis test is a required test you have to take when you arrive in Netherlands. Well, it's not required for everyone. There are conditions if you want to be exempted. One of the conditions as of the time of making this video is that your country must appear in this list. But Nigeria does not, so I cannot be exempted. I can share more details about this tuberculosis test process when I'm done with it. Like I said, I haven't done it yet. So these are the 3 major things I had to do after getting my apartment, and the Dutch bank account one is somewhat optional. But yeah, these are the 3 major ones. There is an extra step which I also recommend for you to do when you come here, which is getting your DigiD. Is it called DigiD or DigiD? I'm not sure, and if you're a Dutch person listening to this, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrongly. But yes, you have to create, or I recommend that you create a DigiD. The DigiD gives you an online ID that you can use to identify yourself on Netherlands related websites, such as government websites, academic websites, hospital websites, and all those kind of stuff. When you apply for a DigiD, you have to wait 3 days for an activation code, and with that activation code, you can complete the application process. And that brings me to the end of this video, as well as to the end of this relocation playlist. I'm very thankful for everyone who engaged, who shared, who asked questions, and who also reminded me when I forgot to share some important things. Honestly, at the start of this playlist, I didn't expect that it was going to be this long with different videos, but I really wanted to share as much detail as I could, just so anybody who is coming to the Netherlands based on work, just like myself, you would know the important information and you won't miss any step, because of course missing any step can delay your move, or it can just affect so many things. So I tried so much to be as detailed as I could, and I really hope that all the information shared here, from getting my job to the things I did before my flight, I really hope that all of these things are very helpful for you watching. There is still so much that I have to learn in the Netherlands, most especially Amsterdam, where I currently live. And if you're interested in knowing about my Amsterdam experience, you can check out this playlist that I created especially for that, from things like culture shock to maybe transportation to just different things in Amsterdam. I would be sharing all of that in the playlist, so yeah, you can check it out. I already have one video there where I talk about the public transportation system in Amsterdam. Kindly like, share, and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Heb een goede dag. That's just Dutch for have a good day.